Okay, so we go now to the next section of our conference. Thank you, Dr. Papuranu, for being with us here for the moderation. Please intervene anytime. It happens I know very well Dr. Manuel Minteguiaga because he's a professor from Uruguay. He's also a member in our International Federation of Apitherapy. He's an expert in phytotherapy and many other areas. So we will present we'll put his video. So let me open the video first.
Hello, everybody.
Okay. And then we'll go to Zoom here to make the share screen. I hope it will work this time. Okay, so share screen. Okay, sound. Let's check the sound. Sound, computer sound, stereo. Very good.
My name is Manuel Minteguiaga. I am from Uruguay. It is my pleasure to be here with you to share my presentation. I want to thank you, the organizing committee, for inviting me to be part of this important online conference on traditional medicine. I think that it's very important to have here this opportunity to share our knowledge all around the world. So I will share my screen with you to initiate my presentation. Okay, here we are. Okay, just a minute. Here. Okay, perfect. My work is entitled "Plant Extracts and Essential Oil from the Southern Cone of South America: Potential as Neutralizers of Snake Venoms at in vitro condition." This work was performed mainly in the University of the Republic in Uruguay, also in the National University of Tucumán in Argentina, and also in the National University of Northeastern, also in Argentina. Okay. For initiating my presentation, I have to say that in 2017, the World Health Organization declared the snake bite envenoming as a neglected tropical disease and published this strategy for prevention and control of this issue. This is very worrisome because snake venom can precipitate a multi-organ failure or multi-system disease, for example, affecting heart, affecting kidneys, affecting also the lungs, affecting the liver, muscles, and at the end, in extreme cases, the introduction of the venom on our system can precipitate the death of the person that is affected by the snake bite. Here you have a map of the world. Here is the region more affected. Asia accounts for 2 million people in venoming every year, with around 100,000 deaths every year. The second most affected area is Africa, and in Latin America accounts for 150,000 envenomings every year and around 5,000 deaths. Okay, here we have, this is Uruguay, this is Argentina, this is the southern cone of South America. So we are in the center of one of the most problematic regions for the snake bite envenoming. What about the use or the tradition, better, the tradition of snakes in South American culture? Probably you know about the Incas. The Incas culture, here is a sculpture of an Inca that here is a snake, okay? These snakes were sacred animals for Incas, a symbol of wisdom and in the infinite, and were considered the connection between the underworld and the terrestrial world. Okay, in some cases was represented by earthquakes. Okay, in the other hand, we have in the regions of South America a strong tradition on the use of medicinal plants to treat the snake bite envenoming. For example, in the way on the form of ointment to be applied directly on the region affected by the snake bite. Here you have a map of the alexitheric plants, the presence of alexitheric plants. Why? What about alexitheric plants? These are medicinal plants that are useful to treat the effects of the snake venom, to neutralize the deleterious effects of the snake venom. Okay, these plants are present mainly in the tropical and subtropical regions, for example, in Asia, in Africa, and in South America, are associated with the richness of the flora, and also these plants are used by the indigenous people for treating this problem. Because the availability of the conventional treatment for for envenoming, for example, the use of serum is not always possible in these countries. Okay. Also, the plants, part of the plants more employed for the treatment are leaves and roots. Apply directly on topical applications of this product on the place of the bite. Here you have an graphics of 71% of these species of allergic plants are present in Asia, 23% in in America, mainly South America. Okay, but here you have our country, Uruguay and Argentina, the information about plants used against the snake bite envenoming is almost absent. What about the effects of the plants compounds against the snake bites, the snake venom? For example, plants have specialized or secondary metabolites that are present in all the organs that can contribute to the inhibition of the effects of the venom. For example, through physical interactions, through chelation of metal ions of the venom, to antioxidant activity, anti-inflammatory properties, or immunomodulation. And the most important is the enzyme inhibition, for example, because the snake venom is composed mainly of enzymes, for example, phospholipases and also proteinases that are inhibited by the compounds present in the plants. What is our approach? Our approach has two arms. This, in one side, we have the ophidian accidents. We have the public health problem that is very worrisome for the public systems. Okay, yeah, here you have, for example, two venomous species of Bothrops genus. This is the problem. And the other side, we have the opportunity, the use of alexitheric plants with non-medicinal use or a scientific citation about use in other regions of the continent or in other region of the world. Okay, but not scientifically validated in our conditions. So in the southern cone, South America. We proceed to this scheme that is the verification of the alexitheric activity, both in vitro and in vivo condition, and through the isolation of the active components or identification of the most active extract for isolating the compounds responsible for the action. Our vision is to treat this problem through phytotherapy, but we are realistic and we know that it's not possible always to treat this problem only with plants. So this is eventually complementary medicine with the traditional or the more frequent treatment that is antiophidic serum. Here we have the problem. Here is the species Bothrops giporus, Bothrop family Viperidae in South America. Has more than 48 venomous species, are responsible for more than 90% of the ophidian cases in our region. The more affected people in general are rural workers and children, so this is very worrisome. Okay, here you have pictures about the effects of the venom. The venom has a systemic effects, severe effects, including death. but also proteolytic and procoagulant effect that causes, for example, edema or necrosis or hemorrhage. Okay, and in some cases it conducts to the amputation of the member, so amputation of the arm or the leg. So it's very, very problematic. Okay, anti-ophidian serum, that is the conventional treatment for snake bite envenoming, is not always effective, and it is useless against local effects. So these effects are not possible to be neutralized by anti-ophidian serum. In Argentina, 97% of the cases are produced by Botrus diporus, this one, and Botrus alternatus. This species only is responsible for more than 80% of the cases, so it's very complicated for the public health system. What about the plant? Okay, at the first, in our work, at the first stage, we studied this species named Bacchus trimerans, and the common name is Carqueja. Here is a picture of the plants. Okay, it was a previous scientific evidence of the properties of these plants against venom. This is a publication of 2004. This is a medicinal species broadly distributed in Argentina and Uruguay. Okay, we proceed through extraction of the essential oil. This is the essential oil, yellowish essential oil, in a pilot unit of steam distillation. Here is the plant, here is the unit. Okay, we fractionate the essential oil through liquid chromatography, and after we perform GCMS, so gas chromatography mass spectrometry analysis. At the end, we identified 150 compounds, 79 of them not previous report. Among the compounds identified, we obtained these ones. Okay, this is our name, irregular monoterpenes. For example, here you have the regular pattern of monoterpenes, but in our case, for example, this is for limonene. Okay, but in our case, the pattern is completely irregular. Okay, this was important for us. These results were at first published in this journal, together with the morphoanatomy of these plants. We were interested in isolate this compound. We isolate it after obtained by simple chemical modifications, obtain different compounds in pure state. For example, the corresponding from the acetate, the corresponding alcohol, the ketone, the phenol, the epoxide. Okay, we studied the molecular properties of every one of them, and also we perform a spectroscopic study through a battery of spectroscopical techniques. We published this result in together with computational chemistry in the Journal of Molecular Structure. But what about the possibility to have allexitéric activity? So not only the essential oil, but also the compounds, the pure compounds and extract were submitted to analysis against snake venom. Here we have the bottom of the porous. We obtain desiccated venom, that is yellow venom. Okay, and we obtain also the essential oil and extract obtained through maceration in these solvents, also extract of soft-select apparatus in this solvent, and we apply different techniques or assays employed to confirm the in vitro activity, bioactivity, allexitéric activity. So we perform protein profile modification through the following the activity through electrophoresis. We apply proteolytic activity inhibition, also following through electrophoresis. We apply also indirect hemolytic activity, procoagulant activity inhibition. Okay, I have no time to describe every one of them, but for example, here you have the indirect hemolytic activity inhibition assay. where you have different halos in a plate with medium composed of agar blood medium. Okay, here you have different halos. Okay, the halo is produced by the hemolytic action of the venom. When you incubate your compound or your extract with the venom, and the venom is active, and the compound or extract is active, neutralizing the effect of the venom, you cannot observe the halo. Here, for example, here you have the hole, but you have no halo because the venom was neutralized by the compound present here, or the extract. Okay, when bigger your halo, less active is your compound or your extracts. At the end, we also perform this work a structure activity study. Okay, here we have a summary of the activity. Here you have the essential oil, the pure compounds, the extract in hexane, ethanol, and water, also the extract of substrate. Okay, we perform all the tests, and the most active sample was this ketone derivative ortho ketone. Okay, this was the irregular ketone that by itself inhibited 50%, the inhibition inhibited the hemolysis by 50%, and also inhibited the procoagulant activity by 20.4%. Also here is a very good result, but this also inhibited the proteolysis. Okay, inhibited or modified the protein profile of the venom. So this was the most active sample of all the evaluated ones. Here is the publication. We recently published these results in this journal. Okay, after we performed this work with Baccharis trimera, we asked about why if is it possible to find other species of Baccharis genus with this property of inhibiting the effects of the venom. So we selected 14 Baccharis species, including, for example, male and female individuals when possible. We extract them through volatile and non-volatile extracts, for example, using maceration, using Soxhlet apparatus, and also through using the essential oil by steam distillation, obtained by steam distillation. And we apply as a screening, okay, electrophoresis has a primary indicator of allesteric activity. So if you have a profile of a snake venom profile modified by the action of your extract, it means that it's possible to have allesteric activity, okay? In that base, we obtain, from these 14 species, we obtain 3 bioactive species, Baccharis articulata, Baccharis dracunculifolia, and Baccharis punctulata. With these species, we perform phytochemical studies, and also we confirm these results through in vitro assays. For example, proteolysis inhibition, hemolysis suppression, and coagulation interference. The same that I mentioned previously. Here you have a scheme of the different plants we used, and also from the 49 extracts we obtained. Okay, here are the numbers of the extracts. We analyzed all of them, but the most important sample, the most important species was this one, that is very related chemotaxon genetically to Baccharis trimera, that is named Baccharis articulata. Okay, this Baccharis articulata presented 3 extracts active against snake venom at in vitro condition. For example, here you have again the halos. Okay, here in number 1 you have the effect of an agar blood plate of the snake venom only. Okay, the hemolysis. Here you have, for example, inhibition, almost complete inhibition of the hemolysis of the snake venom. Okay, we identified this as important and promising species for continuing our work. but subsequent work is needed to elucidate the allele compounds because we did not identify them. Okay, we published these results also recently. Here is a list of different plants evaluated against the snake's venoms. Okay, most of these plants have tradition of use against the venom. For example, this one, Aristolochia, or others, for example, this one, and others. Okay, this is not my work, it's my lab's work. Okay, all these plants have been evaluated by my lab's work. Here, for explaining it, sorry, I will present the result, for example, for these three species. Okay, for this one, named Nectarina angustifolia, my lab's colleagues obtained extracts and obtained this ointment. Also, from this species named Croton rucurana, they also obtained ointments. And for this one, the clean species, they obtain a thermosensitive gel. Okay, these all three ointment or gels were applied directly at in vivo condition. Okay, to in looking for activity at in vivo condition. Here you have is not only to fight against mortality, we have to fight beyond mortality, okay, against the local effects of the snake venom. Here you have a rat that is has necrosis by the local effect of the venom. Okay, it's not a problem of life or death, but the problem is the local effect. Here is the effect of the thermosensitive gel that was applied directly on the skin. You can see here the recovering of the rat. Okay. At the end, I have to say that this statement by Professor Ladislav Rosenberg, that is the organizer of this meeting, he said that we live in a time of advanced medicine, yet we are also returning to our roots, to the ancestral wisdom that has guided health for generations. This is also true for alexitoric plants. We need to continue our research on plants used by the indigenous people to treat the snake bite envenoming, and also for having a more clear picture about the activity of the plant's compounds against the snake venom. Okay, this is the list of reference that we used for doing this presentation. At the end, I will present my co-author, Professor Ana Maria Torres from Argentina. She is responsible and she is behind the bioassays. Okay, Professor Cesar Catalan, also from Argentina. He is collaborates with us in the chemical transformation of the compounds. Okay, Professor De La Casa from Uruguay is the coordinator of the project. That is me. Okay, that is my email. You can write to me. You do not hesitate. If you have any doubt, you can write to me. Here is my ORCID profile where you can see my research. Okay. Again, I want to thank you to the organizing committee for inviting me, and also to you for your kindly attention. Thank you.
Yes, very, very, very good presentation. Thank you very much, Manuel. Really life-saving kind of presentation. Dr. Rosenberg, what do you think about this presentation?
Yes, I want. Thank you, dear Dr. Manuel Minteguiaga. It was an excellent presentation. Thank you for your kind word. And you really very interesting in this research. You utilize, for example, toxic plants like Aristolochia Aristolochia species are
Yes.
toxic, but with really you utilize these toxic plants against the toxins of the different snakes. I think Aristolochia will be a chance, will be a plant will whether you will obtain good really therapeutic results. It's an interesting plant with a lot of possibilities, but with a high toxicity. Is necessary to utilize only the therapeutic principles, the therapeutic active principles of these valuable plants. I think it will be a really great success in your research, and I hope to maintain the collaboration, because I intend to create a group, a research group, a work group in the field of ethnomedicine, in the field of natural therapies, and to develop new ideas in this field. Thank you again for your presentation, Manuel.
Thank you to you, Professor. This is a great pleasure to be here to discuss these ideas with you. And it's real, Aristolochia is toxic, but it's not only about the toxicity, it's also about, for example, to evaluate other. We are only just in the beginning of the research, right? Because we are with the plants. After we need to proceed with safe studies, also with, for example, formulation, because at in vitro conditions, one side, after in vivo is another reality, and after to follow the studies to the humans. So, but it is necessary to have basis research for having, when we have more plants, then bigger is our chance to find a useful plant for snake biting venoming.
Yes, very interesting research.
Thank you very
Congratulations.
much, Professor. Thank you very much also,
Great
Professor
pleasure.
Tagach.
Great pleasure. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you.
Yes. One question to you also, Manuel. One idea. In the clinical part, when you treat the patients, we usually use this synergy between different therapies. And the lesions caused by the snake venoms, like destruction of the cells and so on. In apitherapy, we used to prevent this, propolis, honey, or to cover or to keep the healthy cells still a bit stronger. What do you think about this idea to combine the methods?
Well, Professor, that I am working also with propolis. So in this moment, I am combining both. Okay, we are performing the test because propolis have a lot compounds, bioactive compounds. I mean, for example, polyphenols or terpenes. Then these compounds can interact with the venom. So I am very hopeful about this combination of propolis against snake venom.
Okay, excellent. And do you think that the extracts you selected will be able to be administered intravenous for the patients, or
I don't know. I am a chemist, so I don't know the medical part of this, but the main effects and the main problem is the local effects. Because, for example, the antiophytic serum that is obtained from the horses is good for preventing mortality, okay, but has not effect against the local effects. That is hemorrhage, that is edema, okay. If we can find an alternative, it is good to combine both, okay? Not only the antiophytic serum, but also the extracts to treat the local effects in the skin.
Yes. Okay. Very good. Thank you again, Manuel. Excellent presentation. And
You're
please
welcome.
to all our future
you.
events organized by Dr. Rosenberg, by all of us. And we will
By
continue.
our team. We
By
are
our team. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Very
you.
good, very good. Okay, Professor Rosenberg, we go to the next presentation.
sure.
Burundi, can you present our guest, please?
Is my friend Aminadab from Burundi. Please.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you so much. Maybe let me just share my screen so as I can start. Let me.
Yes, now you can share. I made you a host.
Yes.
If there is any problem, I can put the presentation from our laptop here. But it looks good.
This one and see.
Okay.
I think it works. Yeah.
Yes,
it works.
perfect.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Okay, you can go one by one. Next.
Yes, but I think something went wrong. See. Okay, thank you. It's fine now. Okay, so my name is Aminadab Habyarimana. I am a PhD candidate in anthropology of health, of course, in Burundi. I'm going to present a small portion of my PhD research on course, which is now going to concentrate on the herbalists or these collectors of medicinal plants in the Burundian context that we call abasoromi. It's the vernacular name of those collectors of medicinal plants. So the topic or the subject of my presentation is going to be abasoromi of Burundi between, do you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Abasoromi of Burundi between the pressure of demand for medicinal plants and climate change. I'm going to talk about some resilience strategies that are adopted by these medicinal plants collectors.
Just use your mouse. You go with the mouse like down.
Yeah.
Maybe it will work with the mouse.
It's not currently working when.
Okay. Click. Or okay. Don't worry. Yeah, we can use the PowerPoint you send us here. It's no problem. We have it here.
But I can still share. I can still try to share and maybe. Okay, it works now. Okay.
Okay, now it works.
Okay, the structure of my presentation is organized as follows. I will first go through a brief introduction and present you the context, the aim of this presentation, the methodological approach that I adopted, and some results concerning the abasoromi, and then close the presentation with some conclusions. As an introduction to this presentation, we all know that even the World Health Organization recognizes that traditional medicine plays a vital role in public health worldwide. In Africa, we have over 80% of the population using traditional medicine for primary health care, and most of these traditional medicine products are made from medicinal plants. Since the late 70s, many African countries adopted some mechanisms to recognize traditional medicine and its practitioners in their country, so as to allow them to contribute to the strengthening of healthcare systems in respective countries. Nowadays, we all know that even the World Health Organization is encouraging member states to integrate traditional medicine services into the national healthcare systems worldwide. And this is being considered as worldwide politics that will be helping to improve healthcare systems so as to attain the universal health coverage. In the Burundian context, we have 90% of the people who are using traditional medicine products and services. And this happens not only in the rural areas, but also in urban areas, including even major cities in the country. These Abasoromyi that I'm talking about today are those experts of the virtues of traditional of medicinal plants who know which plant can treat which pathology, and then these ones are now navigating the pressure of a growing demand and the environmental stress which is caused by this climate change, which is also being observed globally. The methodological approach that I adopted is the qualitative methodology. And through an ethnographic technique, I conducted the research in medicinal plants markets in Bujumbura city, including a rural place. And I met Abasoromyi or these herbalists, and we had semi-structured interviews, focus group discussions, combined to participant and non-participant observation. And through these semi-structured interviews, we also came up with other knowledgeable participants through the snowball technique. This is like a summary of the few findings I got from this aspect on the circuits of medicinal plants. We now can see that Abasoromyi are the major segment of this supply chain of traditional medicinal plants in Burundi, and that they supply the most part of the medicinal plants that are sold on markets or in the villages. This category, which is a distinct category of experts on this traditional medicine value chain, they are responsible for collecting all these medicinal plants that are sold in Burundi. Now these collectors of medicinal plants are facing or are dealing with a growing demand because in Burundi, the government have recognized the traditional medicine as a component of public health care system. And then with this recognition, there is plenty of pharmacies, a number of pharmacies in each and every corner of the country, which are growing and selling traditional medicine products. And this one affects the supply because Abasoromyi who were used to sell small quantities of medicinal plants are now obliged to get a big amount of medicinal plants to sell because this, for example, on the picture here, you see, here there is a traditional healer or traditional practitioner of traditional medicine who is now buying medicinal plants that he's going to prepare and fabricate traditional remedies, improved traditional remedies that will be selling in his pharmacies in the Bujumbura city, because they have around 5 or 6 traditional medicine pharmacies. Now, traditional medicine pharmacies owners go to buy medicinal plants to these Abasoromni, when in fact, even direct users who are the patients go also to buy at the same people, and these ones find themselves in a situation where the demand is growing at a pace which surpasses the supply capacity of the suppliers who are these Abasoromni. And there are factors that influence that also influence this affluence to the use of traditional medicine products, because there are some pathologies that are efficiently treated by traditional medicine products compared to modern modern medicine products. And other two factors are geographical and financial access, because for the geographical aspect, you can easily find a traditional healer or a Mussolini or a herbalist wherever in countrywide. And for the financial access, it is also visible that traditional medicine products are cheaper than modern medicine products. That's why there is this affluence to the use of traditional medicine products in Burundi, and then this increases the demand for medicinal plants. Another aspect of these findings is the pressure of climate change and environmental policies. Climate change is real, we all know, and in the Burundian context, we have some parts, especially in the northern and western part of it. There are some areas which have been affected by droughts, and this lead to the degradation of natural resources, biodiversity is affected, and then the government stepped into it to implement some policies, creating protected areas to protect and safeguard this biodiversity. So with these policies established and the degradation of natural resources, Abasoromni have less and less access to medicinal plants, and they have to adopt some strategies to maintain or stabilize the market of traditional medicine, medicinal plants. And this limited access to resources, especially medicinal plants, it can also lead to some conflict, because sometimes Abasoromni go to harvest or to collect medicinal plants on people's land, and when an herbalist go to collect medicinal plants on land which is not his own, sometimes it leads to conflict with landowners. Here I have identified like 4 strategies that are adopted by herbalists in order to stabilize this market. They have first opted to ex situ multiplication or propagation of traditional medicinal plants. they now cultivate medicinal plants on their own field, on their own land, so as they can grow them as they grow other crops and then harvest them and sell them or prepare traditional medicine products. This is one strategy adopted. Another strategy which is common here is now negotiating with someone who has a land covered by plenty of medicinal plants, and then you negotiate, you pay something, and he allow you to access those medicinal plants, because Abasolomi are the only ones who know the virtues of traditional medicine, of medicinal plants, and an owner of a land or a property can still have a land which is covered by many medicinal plants, but without knowing their virtues. And then this time, Abasolomi come and pay something and then get access to the land to collect those medicinal plants. And a third strategy is now increasingly observed throughout the country, where the herbalists ask to the government some portions of land so as they can multiply traditional, they can grow medicinal plants. I'm sorry, because we are a French-speaking country, sometimes there is this interference with the French language, but I think it works like this. Another strategy which is also applied is traveling long distances from one area to another, so as they can get the traditional the medicinal plants that they want. So in this case, some people may leave one province and go to another province. Even some can go beyond the country, because I've seen many cases where herbalists cross the borders of neighboring countries in order to seek for medicinal plants which are demanded by the customers or the patients on the local level. In a nutshell, this is what I came up with as findings on this aspect. This is a small aspect of my PhD research now on course, but I wanted to share this finding with you, that Abasolomi are the ones who are trying to stabilize the medicinal plant market in Burundi throughout these strategies that they adopt. And if the government could give them some portions of land, they could increasingly grow HCC2, some medicinal plants, and then continue to serve the population in a way which also protects biodiversity. Thank you so much.
Yes, you can stop the share screen.
Yeah.
Aminadab.
Yes.
Yes.
So, thank you.
Thank you, dear Aminadab, for your presentation. It was very interesting, and I appreciate very much your vision. I think it's necessary not only to protect the nature, the rich nature of Burundi, of your country, but also to protect your herbalists. It's because they have the informations. They have the information about how to collect the plant, how to prepare these medicinal plants, how to utilize. And if you don't protect this value, this information, because this important information of local herbalists, you will be like here in Europe. Here, after it was a period of about 50 years when completely disappeared the herbalists, the specialists, the old ladies from the villages, which collected the medicinal plants and utilized this for their collectivities. It's necessary, after my opinion, to protect the rich nature which you have in Africa, in your country, in Burundi, and also to protect the herbalists and to obtain the information from them. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Prof.
Yes, Andrea, you want to put a question to Aminadab?
Yes. Hello, Mr. Aminadab. Very, very good, and it's inspirational, and it's so good that there is hope there. My question to you maybe has a bit of multiple aspects. One is if you're aware of any models from other countries that the herbalist or anybody who was involved and engaged in impacting and helping the herbalist and the local plants. Do you know if anybody looked at other countries, how they did it and implemented in Burundi, or?
Thank you so much for this question and appreciation. I'm also aware of the situation in neighboring countries, especially in the East African region, because I also had a short research stay at the Institute of Traditional Medicine of Muhimbili University of Health Sciences and Allied Sciences in Tanzania. So in Tanzania, this sector is much more developed because traditional healers and herbalists are somehow assisted in their work because this Institute of Traditional Medicine have specialists who can guide them. And then the government has also given them some parts so as to even to protect those national parks and protected areas in the country. And then this is a bit much more coordinated, like done in Burundi. And I think my research also will benefit from these insights from this country, because in Tanzania, for example, they also have started the process of integrating traditional medicine into the national health care system. This also is inspiring me when I'm conducting research on this very topic. Again, in Uganda, there is also another center for traditional medicine, which is also operating alike, but I haven't yet digged deep so as to know how the situation is, but there are some similar cases in neighboring countries.
One more question, because we're here in AP therapy, and you know, from Dr. Stengacho and others, and also what we heard here, we are working in synergy in different fields. We're working together for the same goals. In Canada, there is a collaboration between herbalists, beekeepers. Like beekeepers are interested in supporting people to understand pollination and have local flowers. Many of them have medicinal properties. Are you aware of any kind of, I wouldn't say movement, maybe it's too big to say, but maybe it could be a movement, a collaboration between, I don't know how the beekeeping community is there in Burundi, but like people who educate on pollination, or, you know, like this weaving between different fields connected to plant and herbalists and the pharmacological side.
On the pharmacological aspect, I don't know. There is people who are now using bee products to for the medicinal use here in Burundi, though we use it when we mix it, honey, for example, when we mix honey with other products to heal some pathologies. But in the Faculty of Sciences, in the Department of Biology, there are some researchers who are working on beekeeping or on this value chain of honey and beekeeping. In this, I can easily find the contact for you if you wish, and then maybe try to establish some collaboration, because I'm in the social sciences and I'm an anthropologist. Sometimes these biologists and the chemists, of course, now that I'm working on traditional medicine, I have to collaborate with them, because I also have a pharmacognostic chemist who is part of my supervising committee. But I'm not that in touch with them now, but I can still find people from the other side for you.
That is wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Maybe you can send me your email, and then I will try to connect you, not only in the Burundian context, but also in Uganda and Tanzania. Even in Kenya, I can still try to do it.
Yes, yes. Well, one last comment before we go to the next speaker. Aminadab, from our experience here in Romania and Europe, in several countries, I think it will be very, very important for your country to go to the health department and to start making courses on phytotherapy, on herbal medicine, and then we can help you with the apitherapy for medical doctors and pharmacists. Because now you said like 80% of the population use traditional medicine. But in the next years, because of Americanization, McDonald's, I believe you have also McDonald's in your country, Coca-Cola, they will come with the big pharma also. And then they'll say natural medicine is not scientific, it's stupid, it's not good, you don't have proofs, and so on and so on. So they'll press the natural healers to sell their chemical drugs, which is good for emergencies, is good for many things, but not for chronic diseases. So it's very, very important, in my opinion, not to lose precious time. So it must be before this big pharma coming and changing the mind of the doctors, because the doctors are very easy to be manipulated by some data and so on and so on. And if they will go for big pharma, they will forget about you. So the big question is, what do you have in mind to teach these doctors, to teach these pharmacists? How you have in mind to get them at your side?
The approach that I'm trying to adopt is that of convening them to presentations or finding or research dissemination of the results of researches that are being conducted, so as they can get to know what's happening on what is real through from the research on course. Because I can see often when I make some presentations here at the University of Burundi, there are some doctors from the Faculty of Medicine who come. Sometimes I have the impression that they don't come to listen and learn. Sometimes they come with an apparent intention to challenge. But there are now plenty of studies that have proven that traditional medicine is working efficiently. So sometimes there are those who end up understanding, and now we even have some traditional medical doctors who are now indulging in selling traditional medicine products in kind of pharmacies here in the country. Now, for example, the Director General of the Healthcare Service at the Ministry of Public Health in Burundi is now a medical doctor, but he's someone who is even suggested proposing my name to be designated for the country for the second summit of traditional medicine, which is now going to take place in India. This is a kind of recognition that research on traditional medicine is helpful because this doctor, the Director General that I'm talking about, has even gone beyond and said that traditional medicine could help us attain the medical sovereignty. The medical sovereignty, which is based on the production of therapeutic products which are made locally and which still can treat various diseases, especially these chronic diseases, which are even difficult to treat by modern medicine. Some of them are very well treated by traditional medicine products. This, I think, they will become increasingly interested in this field when we, for example, because now I'm in social sciences, there are some approaches that we use to reconcile some divergent perspectives in a smooth way. This is what I'm going to work on as time goes by, and I am sure I will end up bringing these people to acknowledge that traditional medicine is not willing to take the place of modern medicine. It's not challenging, but it's a complementary to modern medicine in many ways.
Yes, very, very good, very good. I mean, Adab. Okay, Dr. Rosenberg, shall we go to the next presentation?
Yes. Is our collaborator, very good collaborator, Dr. Sanobar Kamal from Pakistan. She's lecturer at Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences at Ziauddin University, Karachi.
Continue.
Sanobar, you are presenting, yes?
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
It's a nice pleasure for me to be with
Thank you.
at this conference. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, may I have to present my, or you have
yes,
to do the recorded video?
Yes.
We have your video, Dr. Sanobar.
Okay.
But
Yes.
Can you open your camera to see you?
Oh.
Yes.
It's too dark here because
don't worry. We have good eyes.
Okay. All right.
Because yes, it's still too dark.
It's too dark here.
Where are you? You change a bit.
Yes. Wait a minute.
Some of us have 4 eyes. Who has 4 eyes? Andrea. All of us
have 4 eyes. The people with eyeglasses.
Yes. Dr. Sanobar. Yeah. Okay. Are you on computers?
Yeah. Now you can see.
Very good. Hello, Sanobar.
Hello.
Welcome.
How are you?
Thank you. Thank you very well. When I see you, I am very well.
Thank you so much. Okay. It's my request to play my presentation recording by from yours.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Then at the end, you can comment.
Okay. Good morning, conveners, and my dearest friend Laszlo for inviting me in such an informative conference of traditional natural therapies in ethnomedicine. Starting with a beautiful quote, Nature provides the remedies, science refines them for humanity. Oral health is often overlooked when we speak of overall well being, yet conditions such as mouth ulcer affect millions of people worldwide, impacting not only the daily comfort but also the nutrition, communications, and the quality of life. Traditional medicines has long offered us plants as a source of healing, and the modern science now provide the tools to transform this ancient wisdom into evidence-based therapies. My research focuses on one such plant, Rhydinger limbata, a species with remarkable medicinal potential, which I have explored for the development of a novel oral mucoadhesive gel aimed at mouth ulcer therapy. I'm Dr. Sanubar Kamal from Department of Pharmacognosy, Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, Ziaudin University. Today, my presentation is on formulation and evaluation of an oral mucoadhesive herbal gel containing ethanolic extract of Rhydinger limbata leaves for the management of mouth ulcer. Where the traditional herbal knowledge meets the modern pharmaceutical innovation with the vision of offering safer, more effective, and patient-friendly solutions in oral care. The oral ulcers are common, painful mucosal condition with limited effective herbal therapies. This study aimed to develop and evaluate a mucoadhesive herbal gel containing Rhydinger limbata ethanolic extract for the management of acetic acid-induced buccal ulcers in adult Wildstar rats. Phytochemical evaluation revealed the total phenolic content of 0.177 milligram gallic acid equivalent per gram, indicating a moderate presence of the phenolic compounds with antioxidant potentials. In addition, the extract exhibited total flavonoid values 8.788 with the standard deviation 0.09 milligram of routine extract, suggesting that a good reproducibility of the assay. The presence of both the phenolic and the flavonoid phytoconstituents highlights the extract's strong antioxidant profile, which may contribute to its therapeutic potential in promoting the oral mucosal healings. These research suggests that the Rhydinger limbata mucoadhesive gel represent a promising therapeutic approach for the ulcer management. Most of the oral ulcer develops within the oral mucosa, which is the moist lining inside our mouth, starting from the lips and extending inward. This mucosa has two important layers, the epithelium and the lamina propria. The epithelium is made up of stratified squamous cells. As they move toward the surface, the cell becomes flatter. Keratinization is seen only in specific areas like the hard palate. Just beneath it lies the lamina propria, a supportive connective tissue layer. It contains fibroblast, fibers, blood vessels, and nerve endings. Because of this dense capillary network, the oral mucosa has a reddish appearance. Understanding this structure is important since ulcers directly affect these layers, and it you can see in the oral mucosa figure indicates the keratin layer, the granular layer, the oral epithelium, the lamina propria, and the submucosa. When we talk about the natural treasures, Pakistan's mountains and valleys are like living pharmacies, full of plants with healing potential. And Pakistan is one of the world's recognized biodiversity hotspots due to its unique topography and climate. The country supports a rich variety of medicinal plants. The Himalayas and the sub-Himalayan regions are especially important because they harbor many endemic species that have been used in traditional healing practices for centuries. One such plant is Rhydinger limbata, a perennial shrub from the Lamiaceae family. It is widely distributed in the lesser Himalayan tract of Pakistan and surrounding areas. Because of its accessibility and long history of the ethnopharmacological applications, this plant has become a valuable source in traditional medicines and is this very plant that forms the foundation of my research. This is Rhydinger limbata plant. that is mainly found in the Himalayan and sub-Himalayan region of Pakistan, and the part of plant used in the medicines are the aerial part, that are the leaves. There are different local names of this plant depending on the region and language in Pakistan and the surrounding areas. They are called bui, chitakanda, chitti, chitti booty, gavreja, kori booty, isbin azghe. And the plant belongs to the family Lamiaceae. The part of the plant used in the medicines are the leaves. And in the local areas, the local people use the powder of the plant. They mix them in the oil, and they use it for the wound healing. The fresh leaves are applied to the gums, and the extract of the leaves are mostly used in ophthalmia. Now, the compounds that are isolated from the plant Rhydigia limbata includes the eupatorin, methyl-eupatorin, ballotanic acid, ballodiolic acid, olenolic acid, ballotinolyte A, 15-methoxy, 16-oxo-hordwickic acid, pantagonic acid, limbatinolide A, B, and C. Traditionally, Rhydigia limbata used in the management of many ailments such as wounds, ulcers, jaundice, hypertension, the infectious diseases, and anti-inflammatory disorders. Phytochemical studies on its the aerial parts, that are the leaves, have reported the presence of lambertolite derivatives, ballotanic acids, ballodiolic acid, flavonoids, terpenoids, and other phenolic constituents. And these compounds contribute to its wide spectrum of the pharmacological activities, including the antioxidant activity, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, analgesic, and wound healing effects. Such attributes underscores its therapeutic potential and supports its exploration as a natural source for the novel formulation aimed at mucosal and epithelial repair. A smaller ulcer in the mouth may look harmless, but for many patients it becomes a painful barrier to the simple acts of eating and speaking. Mouth ulcers are painful lesions of the oral mucosa. They interfere with basic functions such as speaking, chewing, and swallowing. Clinically, they appear as shallow, crater-like breaches in the oral epithelium, sometimes extending into the underlying connective tissue. Their causes are diverse, ranging from local trauma, burns, or chemical irritation to autoimmune conditions, infections, inflammatory bowel diseases, and even nutritional deficiencies. Recurrent ulcer can be particularly distressing. They not only cause severe pain and affect the daily activities, but also lead to systemic issues such as bad breath, chronic sore throat, fever, enlarged lymph nodes, and in rare cases, avulsion problems. Persistent or non-healing ulcers are clinically significant. They may reflect underlying immune dysfunction, and in some cases, ulcer with atypical features could signal malignant transformations. This highlights why early diagnosis and effective management are so important. The mucoadhesive gels represents an innovative approach to the oral ulcer therapy by enabling prolonged retention at the localized lesion sites, the localized delivery, and enhanced absorption of the bioactive components. The compared with the conventional dosage form, the mucoadhesive gel provides sustained drug release and improved patient compliances and superior therapeutic outcomes. The mucoadhesive topical drug delivery emerged as a promising approach for both the local and systemic therapy, addressing limitations of conventional formulation such as short residence time due to salivary washout, mucociliary clearances, or rapid elimination. The formulation of Rhydigia limbata ethanolic extract into such a delivery system combined the plant's proven bioactivity with modern pharmaceutical technology to yield an efficient natural invention for the oral ulcer management. The first step for the methodology, that is extraction of the plant material. The leaves were first dried in shadow drying, and then the leaves are powdered by means of electric grinder. The extraction of the leaves of writing gel in butter done by using the Soxhlet apparatus. The 30 gram of the powdered drug was taken in the thimble, and 250 ml of ethanol was taken in the round water flask. The temperature was adjusted between 50 to 60 degrees centigrade, and the process retained for 2 hours. The extract was collected by evaporating in root evaporator for the determination of the extractive value, and the obtaining extract was stored at 4 degrees centigrade in a vial for further analysis. The next test, that is the brine shrimp lethality assay. The cytotoxic potential of Radential imbarta ethanolic leaf extract was evaluated by the brine shrimp lethality assay at different concentration of the plant extracts, that is 1000 microgram per ml, 500 microgram per ml, and 100 microgram per ml, with controls maintained under identical conditions. After 24 hours, the extract exhibited a dose-dependent response, and they produced a maximum mortality of 12.3% at the high dose, that is 1000 microgram per ml, and 5% at 500 microgram per ml, and there is no observable mortality at 100 microgram per ml or in the control group. In comparison with the standard compound doxorubicin, produces a sustainability high mortalities of 45.6%, 30%, and 10% at the corresponding concentrations, that is 1000, 500, 100 microgram per ml. These results indicate that while the bioactive constituent of Radential imbarta exhibit measurable cytotoxicity in the brine shrimp model, their potency is lower than that of the standard under the tested conditions. Then a different concentration table, that is for the brine shrimp lethality assay, 1000 microgram, 500 microgram, and 100 microgram for both the drug extract and the standard drug. The composition of the formulation of the mucoadhesive gel, they have two different compartments, that is the compartment A, gel base, and the compartment B, that is actives and aids. For the gel base, the ingredient used, that is carbopol, glycerine, PAG 400, distilled water, and in different quantities. The carbopol is used for the gelling agent, glycerine used as a humectant, PAG 400, the co-solvent or softener enhancer, and distilled water used as a vehicle. In Radential imbarta ethanolic extract, that is in the portion B or the compartment B, that is our API, active phytoconstituents, polysorbate 80, the emulsifier, sodium benzoate used as a preservative, and triethanolamine used for the pH adjustment, as well as it is used as emulsifying agent. The physicochemical parameters of the mucoadhesive gel include the organoleptic character, the spreadability, the stability, texture, the viscosity, their extractive values, and the pH. The organoleptic characteristics, it is light golden in color, very clear, transparent, aromatic odor, and astringent in taste. Spreadability is about 23.75, and the stability, there is no change in the physical properties was observed. The texture is gel-like, the viscosity is 2743 cp, and extractive values, that is 17.7 gram, and pH was 6.64. This is the herbogel formulation of Radential imbarta, very beautiful light golden yellow color, and a homogeneous gel formulation. The anti-inflammatory activity of Radential imbarta extract analyzed by the carrageenan-induced paradigma model. The data demonstrate a time-dependent progression of carrageenan-induced paradigma in the negative control group, that is peaked at 60 minutes, and it gradually declined thereafter. It reflects the natural course of the acute inflammation. Both the positive control and the 5% extra groups exhibited a consistent reduction in the edema volume as compared with the control across all the points. The results and the values all are in the table that I will be sharing in the next slide. Notably, the 5% extra produce the comparable anti-inflammatory effect with positive control with the maximal inhibition of 53.3% at 120 minutes. The positive control showed the slightly greater efficacy aligning with established pharmacological activities. I'm sharing the next slide, which contains all the values of anti-inflammatory activity in the carrageenan-induced poedema model. The anti-inflammatory activity of 5% Vitingia limbata extract in the carrageenan-induced poedema model include 15 star rat that were used in the study to represent the edema as a clinical inflammatory reaction. Before the treatment, all rat paw measured by means of vernier caliper for the tissue measurement, that is V naught. Afterward, each topical treatment, that is from the distilled water, that is from the 5% radical limbata extract and the diclofenac sodium as positive control applied according to their groups, and the poedema induced by the intraplantar injection of 0.1 ml carrageenan 1% in the paw. The measurement of the paw was done by means of the vernier caliper after every treatment. The carrageenan induction carried out every 30, 60, 90, and 120 minutes. The percentage inhibition of the positive control is 33.3%, and the percentage inhibition of the 5% extract is 27.8% in 30 minutes. At the end, at 120 minutes, there is percentage inhibition of the positive control group is 60, while the percentage inhibition of the 5% extract is about 53.3%. Here is the image of the rat paw in which the enema is induced and after the radical limbata extract has been applied in the paw. Now the antioxidant activities of the sample extract of radical limbata. It has been seen that 0.11 to 0.17 absorbance with dilution factor of 1. It gives the mean total phenolic content of 0.177 with the R square of 0.993. The total phenolic content of the sample extract of radical limbata, the absorbance is in between 0.590 to 0.6 with dilution factor of 1, and the mean total phenolic content is 8.788 with a standard deviation of 0.098. The analysis for the antioxidant activities, that is total phenolic content and total flavonoid content. From the period table, the data represented indicates that the total phenolic content of the extract was 0.177 with the standard deviation of 0.08 milligram. Gallic acid equivalent indicating a moderate presence of the phenolic compounds that is known for their antioxidant properties. These findings may contribute to the therapeutic potential of the extract. The sample extract Radinia depata showed absorbance values ranging from 0.59 to 0.60, corresponding to the calculated concentrations of the flavonoid between 34.83 and 35.60 milligram per ml. Using the standard calibration parameter, the TFC for the Radinia limbata was 8.79 with the standard deviation of 0.10 milligram gluten equivalent per gram extract. These results indicate a relatively narrow variation across the applicates, reflected as D0.09. This suggests good reproducibility and reliability of the assay. The obtained phenolic content demonstrates that the Radinia limbata extract is a rich source of the phenolic compounds as well as flavonoids, which are known contributors to the antioxidant potentials. After that, the antioxidant activities, we started the animal studies, and the animals are divided into 4 different groups. The group number 1, which is called as a negative control, and there is no ulcer induction and there is no treatment applied on this group. The group 2, in which there is induced by means of 70% acetic acid, and there is no treatment applied on it, and its role as an induced group. The third group is the animals are induced by 70% acetic acid and that are treated by riding gel and bata gel, and they serve as a treated group. The fourth group in which also induced by 70% acetic acid and the standard drug 0.1% benzidamide gel is used, and it served as a positive control group. This is an image for the induction of the ulcer in star rats. The table has been drawn for the oral ulcer pain severity scores by the induction of acetic acid 70% in buccal ulcer model, and there are four groups: the negative control groups, the induced group that is by acetic acid 70%, the treated group that is treated by ribogenic gel, and the positive control group that is treated by the benzidamide 0.15% drug. And you have seen from the table that there is a p-value less than 0.01 in the Randin gel and Bata gel, and for the positive control group, it is less than 0.001 p-value. Observe from the table that control group animals usually show the highest pain and severity score because they receive no active treatments. And this establishes the baseline severity of the oral ulcers. For the standard drug group that use the diclofenac sodium, show a significant reduction in the pain and severity score as compared to the disease control. And it validates the model, showing that the treatment actually works. Acetic acid produced significant oral ulcer pain and severity in the control group, and the standard drug markedly reduces the score, confirming the model validity. The test statement shows a dose-dependent reduction in pain severity compared to the control, with higher doses approaching the effect of the standard drug. This indicates that the test compound possesses the therapeutic potential against oral ulcer-induced pain and tissue severity. So the conclude our study clearly shows that ribogenic gel has promising potential in oral ulcer management, but this is just a beginning. Further research is already underway, including histopathological studies and more advanced evaluations to validate and strengthen these findings. With these upcoming studies, we hope to move closer to real clinical appliances. Thank you for your attention.
Yes, Dr. Sanober, congratulations. You can open your microphone.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions for Dr. Sanober?
Yes, I want to congratulate Dr. Sanober. This research is part of your PhD thesis, yes? And congratulations, because
Thank you.
I remember some years ago, 3-4 years ago, we discussed about your activity, PhD activity.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important that you utilized in your research a plant, a medicinal plant for the rich flora of Pakistan, and you presented today the long way, the difficult way of this medicinal plant from ethnomedicine, so from folk medicine to utilization in modern medicine by developing a really a good medicine for the treatment of oral disease. Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I am very happy that you finalized your PhD thesis.
Thank you so much, Letsa. And it's about, I want to tell about the novelty of this rock, that it is very not a well-known plant, and now it has a vast field to discover all the things and to do a various phytochemical test and all the biological tests. The novelty of this, only the local people are using it for the mouth ulcers and for the wound healing, but scientifically the work has not been published yet. So I choose this, and the efficacy of this, like they have the antioxidant activities, and further I'm going for the research, like I want to do the reduction of the pain, and as well as I did, but I want to see the histopathology of the mouth ulcers also. So I'm doing work on it, and my research is ongoing for this. And it's a initial step for the formulation of this herbal gel, and it's very successful. It looks very successful, it results is very successful, but I further go for the histopathological effect also, to see how the cells basically how the plant is going to heal all that. And it's very beneficial for the mouth, especially in Pakistan, I'm saying. Most of us in India, Pakistan and Bangladesh, we use battle leaves and battle nuts, you know. So by this, the mouth ulcers are very common here, and I think it's a good approach for the local peoples to use this type of drug, which is very economical. It's not so difficult for to purchase all. For the developing countries, especially Pakistan. So I'm going to do work a lot for this, and I want to introduce it for that people. Basically, my intentions are for that peoples that are not bear such a such a like what I can say, a lot of medicines, a lot of rupees for for the medicines. So they can purchase it in the local amounts, in very less amount. So to the treatment of their oral ulcers. So it's my all it's my suggestion for all of you also, if you have this type this plant have found in all the Europe also, so you can do a lot of work in it, because it has so many potential therapeutic effects.
Yes.
Very well, very well. Thank you very much, dear.
Thank you, let's
Okay, Dr. Sanaber, we all love you. It's clearly everybody loves you, but I
Thank you.
criticize you. Can you sustain a critic? And the critic will come, after the critic comes a $1 million idea. So first the critic. In your formulation, you used as preservative sodium benzoate.
Sodium benzoate.
Sodium benzoate, yeah. So if you Google sodium benzoate adverse reactions, you find a long list of adverse reactions.
Yes.
And one very dangerous, when sodium benzoate comes in contact with vitamin C in certain conditions, it can create benzene. And benzene is cancer-giving, carcinogen. Okay? So when you speak with these people promoting natural products, they usually avoid chemical conservatives.
Okay.
And now it comes the $1 million suggestion.
Yeah.
Okay? You know, I love the bees. I love apitherapy. So
yes.
we're using apitherapy for a long time. Even the Egyptians use as preservative, propolis.
Propolis, all right. Yeah.
Yes. So in your preparation, you can make a new preparation, and you replace sodium benzoate with soft propolis extract. And this one will be also conservative. And also you get all the polyphenols from soft propolis extract, which acts synergically with all your other ingredients. And we know from apitherapy, propolis is very good for all kinds of lesions in the mouth, mouth mucosa, in dentistry, and so on. So you get two things together, phyto and therapy.
It's really good. Thank you so much. I can go for this.
Excellent idea. Really, $1 million idea. Obtain a patent for this product. It's high.
Okay,
But different.
Dr. Stefan, I will give you the gift of this extract, so you can also go for the work for it. You can also formulate new
Okay,
innovations,
okay.
right?
Products have the
It's
activity, antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, and increase the potency of your compound.
Yes, yes. Professor Hegazi is from Egypt. He's an expert in propolis.
oh
So,
wow.
so you have many good friends here,
Yeah.
Dr. Sanober. Yes.
Good
Yes.
afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes.
And
Yes.
there is evening. In my country, it is evening.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Mhm. Okay. Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Professor Rosenberg, we
Yes,
invite the participants for free discussions, maybe.
sure,
What do you think?
sure. The most interesting part of a conference, roundtable discussions, and I invite everybody to have opinions about the future of natural therapies in our time in 21st century medicine. What is the future? What do you think? Exists future for these traditional therapies? How we integrate these therapies in modern medicine? Please, dear participants, your opinion is really very interesting. Professor Dr. Sengachu, please.
Yes, yes, yes. I see already Andrea. Andrea, she left the hand. By the way, if you want to put a question or a comment, you can raise this hand. It's a special trick here with raising the hand.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, yes, Andrea.
Hi, everyone. A disclaimer, I am not a doctor. I'm not a pharmacist. I'm not a chemist. I don't do research. From what I heard today and what I know so far in Canada, I see there is a future when we know the culture, the local culture, the local traditions, when we value and respect them, whether we're immigrants or whether we're indigenous to that country. And when we, whatever role we have as educators, I would say we're all first and foremost educators, and then we are professionals in our way, and then see how we can individually and if possible, how we can collaborate with others in other fields to make sure that these traditions, the knowledge and the plant life, the biodiversity is known, protected. And then like it's happening in Canada, for instance, and I hear in Burundi and other places, right? And Pakistan. And it's happening here, as I said, where we have research on the pollen, research on diverse products, plants, and so on. So having a communication between the cultural side, the scientific side, all the educators and the doctors, and having people who are bridge builders. I think it's possible when, like, this is a bridge building event, right? Where all these organizations and you and us together, we are learning from each other. Even though, as I said, I'm not like those who presented, I don't have their background. But I can disseminate the information. I can share with clients, with people that I meet, with my community. I can write blog posts. I can invite people to podcasts. So I think one way to do it is having bridge builders, sharing the information, and finding who needs to connect with who so that we can expand ideas, projects, and inspire each other. But I think it starts with know your culture, know your traditions, wherever you are, appreciate them. And what I love from what happened today is that I could see how one culture and what we discover in one culture can help another. Like I see how the Western can get from other parts, but also I saw that there are African countries with a lot of indigenous wisdom, and there's indigenous wisdom in Canada in ways that the Canadian population here, the natives, are trying to combine their wisdom to make the Western less and bring more the indigenous. Like having that sharing of wisdom, I think it could help for a brighter future.
Yes, good points, Andrea. Yes, yes. Other ideas? Yes, we see here Monica Maria de Geu. She's one of our speakers tomorrow. Monica, well, any inputs or you are sweet and soft like a flower, like a Bach flower.
Yes, my English is not so good. Tomorrow, my daughter help me, and but I understand, but I very hard speak.
Okay.
But it's very, very interesting. Thank you a lot.
Okay.
I am here and I am so glad.
Okay, thank you, Monica. Yes. Before next participant will come with some ideas, another $1 million idea. I have for Aminadab from Burundi a really $1 million idea. We discussed about the idea to educate the doctors and the pharmacists in your country about apiphytotherapy. Now, I give you one image. We have in Romania over 550 doctors which have license certificate of apiphytoaromatherapy. If you look all other countries, there are only a few of them. What is the difference? You'll not believe it. The difference is that in Romania, these doctors, they get a certificate, a diploma. So if a doctor has no certificate, no diploma, even if you teach him the best of herbal medicine, oh, I have no diploma, I have no certificate, I cannot practice, and so on. So it's very important to get this legal recognition. And in Romania, the strategy was we worked with a professor of pharmacognosy, and you go to your universities, where is the best pharmacognosy professor? Pharmacognosy is the science of knowledge of medicinal plants, yes? And this professor in medicinal plants at the university, it's your best friend. And then you speak with this professor and you say, dear professor, could you please make courses, give courses for pharmacists and for doctors also all over Burundi in your country? And this professor is giving anyway courses to the students every day. So you tell him to go a bit higher and to give courses also for medical doctors, not only students in pharmacy. And to be recognized by the health department, if you make as a social expert in social things, you say, I do the course on herbal medicine and apitherapy, the health department will say, oh, we don't trust you because you are not a specialist. But if this professor of pharmacognosy goes and says, look, I'm the big professor, I know everything about pharmacology of the medicinal plants and also of the bee products, this professor will be recognized by your national health department. And once they recognize her or him, then he or she can be the leader for all country. And then you start many courses for the doctors and pharmacists. And then you can be in advance of other competitors. So this is the model which worked very well in Romania. In some other countries, there are other things like, for example, in Hungary, in Turkey, in Lithuania, there is a national association. So you can create with the doctors and pharmacists best in Burundi, Burundi Apiphytotherapy Association. And in this association, you get the best, the most clever guys, and then you push the health department to give the doctors and pharmacists certification. Once a doctor has certificate as API phytoaromatherapist, he's very powerful. He'll have no fear, like no legal issues and so on. And then these doctors will start to promote very powerfully the products. And then you get a friend. Because if you do not teach the doctors, then the doctors in time will become your enemies. Because they'll say, oh, cortisone is better, antibiotic is better, and so on and so on. So it's a pity not to have many of them at your side. So this is what we used in Romania. But many other countries may have other strategies, but the main point is to get these people. And with Professor Rosenberg, we have these courses and teachings, not only in Romania, but also Professor Rosenberg gives courses also internationally. And also one other announcement. So all of you, if you are not yet members in the International Federation of Apitherapy, please join us. You come in this International Federation. And because you have one big project to create standardized courses on apitherapy, at least we start with this one. And Dr. Rosenberg has a huge experience on this one. So it's an idea to use all this knowledge. Yeah. What do you think, Aminadab?
First of all, thank you so much, Prof, for this good idea. And I think this meets what we have already initiated in the country through a strategic plan for the promotion of traditional medicine, which also envisages to have some training like sessions of modern medicine practitioners or medical doctors and traditional medicine practitioners or traditional healers, which would be bringing together those two categories of people, so as through exchange workshops and something like conferences, they can come to know each other, to know, because in the pharmacovigilance, which is being implemented here in the country, in the medical terms, there is what we call counter-reference or reference counter-reference. I don't know if I'm translating it literally from French. There are some cases where even now, even if it's not official, but some modern medical doctors sometimes counsel or advise some patients to go to consult traditional medicine practitioners, when in fact even some traditional healers, when they find that they are not able to treat an ailment, they refer the patient to the modern medicine and vice versa. So this is something which is planned through this strategic plan, which will be implemented slowly, but I'm sure now the tendency makes me optimistic. I'm optimistic because even those, some of those who were once publicly challenging the traditional medicine, sometimes they come out and say, actually, it works on some cases, but not on, we know even that modern medicine does not treat everything. So now they are coming a bit, and as you said, we have a professor who is even a part of my supervising committee for my thesis, who is a pharmacognostic scientist. Yes. This one, even last month when we celebrated the International Day of Traditional Medicine in Africa. We were together. We heard both of us presentations. He presented on how we use traditional medicinal plants to extract substances which can heal diseases. So this is a way of convincing even that even modern medicine uses some products from medicinal plants, which are the same used by traditional healers. But here the only problem which arises is the problem of dosage is a problem, but now we are undertaking steps towards what we call homologation or certification of some natural products which are made in an improved way, because maybe I forgot to share with you some of the kinds of products which are made from these sort of medicinal plants. But now the tendency is that traditional medicine, because since 2012 and 14, there was a decree, a presidential decree allowing traditional medicine to practitioners to work publicly, and we have a national network of traditional healers. Instead of having a certificate like those trained ones, they have at least a badge. Each of the traditional medicine practitioners have badges that they show up when someone doubts their expertise in what they are doing. And these badges are distributed by the coordination of this network countrywide. This another kind of officializing the practice of traditional medicine here in Burundi. But another level which I'm going to push for in what I can is this one of bringing medical doctors to even have this also to initiate themselves to the use of traditional medicine products, so as they can even serve as the bridge from traditional to the modern medicine domains. I think in my conclusions, once I finish to write my dissertation, there is a conclusion that and a recommendation that will show up, because I found that these traditional medicine practitioners who have studied health sciences, for example, they do it well even when they are explaining you how to use a traditional medicine product. They do it very well compared to those one who didn't study these health sciences. That's why I may even give a recommendation to encourage the youth which is now unemployed here in Burundi, and many of them have studied health sciences, to engage in entrepreneurial activities in this domain, so as to do it much more professionally, because these ones have the knowledge sufficient to be using professionally traditional medicine products. And this one, I'm not sure I'm expressing the very good way I wanted to say it, but this will come out from my recommendations once I finish the dissertation writing. Thank you so much. This is a good idea. I've taken good note of them, and this will help me improve my work. I also took a very good note from what Petruth Andrea talked as a comment. I will also take this into consideration while I am organizing the findings of my research. Thank you so much, Prof.
Okay. After the $1 million idea, I coming with $1 billion, but not idea, but in minus. You know very well, for the validation of natural therapies are necessary serious clinical trials. And for these trials, a lot of money, a lot of finance is necessary. We know very well natural remedies are not patentable, or very simple synthetic substances are patentable or technology, but natural therapy products are not. From where we are able to obtain the finance for to realize, for to validate for the validation of these natural therapies. I want to ask, I know that Professor Hegazi had a huge experience, and if you have ideas in this field, it is very interesting for the participants.
Yes, Doctor. This is a good idea. We can collaborate and hand in hand and give more ideas to encourage and making what we call synergistic action with a different product, either from the bee products as well as for the medicinal plant, because give a good idea, cheapest price of the medication, as well as safe, and there is no dangerous for the patient.
Yes. And another question: what are the possibilities of big data and artificial intelligence in the development of natural therapies, in innovation in this field? Because we are near in a great, this offer us a very great possibility. What do you think, Dr. Stengatu?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? I was reading on the chat.
Using the artificial intelligence in collaboration to establishment
big
of
data,
new medication.
big data.
Yes. Now, this is a big hope for us, for people promoting natural complex substances, because if you speak with a classical allopathic doctor, Western doctor, or a pharmacist, they will criticize us. They will say that propolis has too many substances, honey has too many substances, and we do not know what substance is healing. Okay? And because of this, they say that we are not scientific. So we are not scientific, and then you are not validated. So, but this is a manipulation kind of method, which is very, very bad, because Mother Nature uses multiple substances to block, for example, a bacteria or to block a virus, not only one substance. For millions of years, the trees make these mixtures of cocktails to defend the bacteria against bacteria and so on, and they change this mixture of substances from year to year and from tree to tree. So Mother Nature for millions of years use polypharmacy or multiple substances and not only one substance. Okay, but now with artificial intelligence, I think I envision in, let's say, next 5 or 10 years, you can take a propolis extract, and then you can ask a good laboratory to give you the list of all the substances from propolis. And then you put this in like a system like ChatGPT 5 or 6 or 10, whatever it will be. And then you tell to ChatGPT, look, I have this 900 substances of propolis. Will they be good for this disease or this patient? And the ChatGPT will say, yes, it is good because this, and it can make a lot of correlations. So it can give a basis on the why to choose that remedy. And this is an old debate, like the phyto complex. One other issue is when we take one substance from a medicinal plant, we take it out. For example, an antiviral substance, we know that it's antiviral. When you take it out and you try to use it against a bacteria or virus, it has less effect than when you use it the whole extract. And same, there are several publications like this also for propolis. So because the body does not recognize only that molecule. And we have a very simple example with vitamin C. If you give vitamin C natural source, like rose hips and so on, all these fruits which are rich in vitamin C, you need a small amount of vitamin C every day, like 150 milligram a day. But if you want to have the same effect, you go to the pharmacy, you get the chemical form of vitamin C, just ascorbic acid alone, and to get the same result, you need 1000 milligram. Okay, so I think that with artificial intelligence, they will help us to promote better our products, because artificial intelligence can make much more calculations. And then there is also this big hope already is taken by the geneticians and so on, that they go for, again, for molecules, some in genetics and so on, to get some new remedies. But the future will be bright, I'm sure. And the time of simple allopathic medicine, like one antibiotic, one substance, will be gone. Because even if you go to World Health Organization, they said that these nosocomial infections, these infections caused by the powerful bacteria, like in 2050, if I remember right, it was like 27 million people will die on our planet because the bacteria become very powerful. So, and we have already for many years in apitherapy, in phytotherapy, in aromatherapy, bacteria cannot defend against all this complex of action of substances which go synergistically. So maybe it will be better for us.
Absolutely. The future is bright for natural therapies. Yes. And I observe now Paula Felicia is present. Dear Paula, please to open your microphone. Okay. Paula is Romanian, but she lives in Canada, and she is a very good homeopath. And tomorrow I will present us a very interesting, she will have a very interesting presentation about epigenetics in correlation with homeopathy. Yes, these are very interesting ways. These are very interesting possibilities in our activity.
Yes, yes. Well, one other idea is that we have already here in our group very, very knowledgeable people. And I was thinking to Gabriela Vlășceanu. She's
Yes.
big expert also in medicinal plants and so on. And I sent telepathically, when she was listening to Aminadab, that she was telling all of us, I want to go to Burundi. I want to go to Burundi. So Aminadab, please invite Gabriela and Dr. Rosenberg and Ahmed Hegazi organize in Burundi a big international
we want
event.
all to go into Burundi.
Why not?
You are a
Next,
star,
early,
Abhinav.
It is
early
my
next year.
pleasure. I am ready.
We
It
keep in
is my
touch.
pleasure. I am ready.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
going to
why
prepare
not?
my luggage.
Yeah, okay.
We are looking in Romania for you in May next year. Yes, in Sibiu. Keep in touch.
Next,
Yes,
next
first
year for
step,
sure.
first step.
Thank you.
You was in Bucharest. You was in Bucharest some months ago, no?
Oh,
Yes, yeah. I was there in Bucharest for like 3 months.
oh, what did you do in Bucharest?
I was like on a short research stay through the Francophonie scholarship, Asian UNESCO scholarship.
Okay, very good,
Yes.
very nice. So
Yes.
multi-language skills.
Yeah. Okay, but my English is not that good, but I try my
Very
best.
good.
No, it's very good, very good. So you speak
So
English?
let's stick to this idea of organizing an event in Burundi on apitherapy or phytotherapy somewhere next year.
Yes. It's a very good idea from the strategic point of view. I remember from one of our professors in Romania, professor of acupuncture, he said that it's much better to gather knowledge if you organize an international event in your country. And then you invite the experts from many countries. They come for a couple of days, very friendly meeting. So speak with your health department, with your prime minister, with the president. Let's organize a Pan-African Apiphyto Aromatherapy Conference.
Very
And
good idea.
we have here Professor Hegazi. He's our representative for Africa for our federation. So you can get his support. And you just find the hotel and near an airport, and then you tell us where to come, and we come.
You can
I
ready now,
love
Dr.
this.
Stefan. We can establish the next conference of epitherapy or epiphytotherapy in Burundi and other things, because not concentrated in some area, but you can distribute it all over the world and encourage our colleagues there to promote their experience and give a good ideas and making what we call more culture from this citizen or that, and also the flora. You can know the different flora constituent. I think it is give us a broad-minded and a good decision when we want to establishing a new drug.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes. But I'm good in telepathy, and I'm feeling the thoughts of Heinrich from Mozambique. He said, "But why not in Mozambique?" So,
Mozambique
but if you need the first one, so Heinrich is also with South Africa together. Wania Kinutia is from Kenya. So who is the first? We'll get the cream, So hurry up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Please, Gabriel, please send me a letter or invite to making the collaboration, and we take you one member of your country in our International Federation of Epitherapy, belonging the African Committee.
Good proposal.
Yeah, you will come.
Okay, dear colleagues, thank you very much for your participation at this roundtable discussion. I think tomorrow we will continue at 10 o'clock Romanian time, yes. And after the session of presentations, we will have also another roundtable to discuss about the education of specialists in the field of different natural therapies. Thank you very much for your participation and your kind words. All the best for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Thank you.
Thank you.